Why is education important?
More than 258 million children in the U.S. alone do not receive the proper education they need. Over half of those children end up homeless and living on the streets and are without a job.
Hi, this is Miss Hilmer. I just really quickly wanted to give you 3 reasons why I believe that education is super important. Those 3 things are exposure, adventure, and skills. First off, exposure. Being in education and being within it exposes you to the world and what's around you, whether it's in math, science, social studies, English, music, art, or any other subject that you take from elementary to college and beyond. It exposes you to the world and all that it has around you. Now the next part, adventure, not only do you get to be exposed to what is around you, but you get to dive in a little bit deeper. And that's what I love about being a teacher, is that you get to go on those adventures with your students and just see what's so important about these things that you might see just day to day, or you saw in a book once, you saw on a sign once, but how it actually has impacted you as a learner, as a person in your culture, in your society. And the last part is skills. I mean, there's an abundance of skills that you learn while being in education, like hard work and perseverance, just like honing in on a bunch of different skills. The 3 that or 4 that specifically that I enjoy mentoring and refining and growing in students is problem solving, critical thinking, communication, and collaboration. I think you can learn those skills anywhere, but I think they're really built up in education, especially because you start them when you're in kindergarten and preschool, and you don't finish until you're out of college and even into the real world. And so I think those are my 3 reasons why I think education is super important. Exposure, adventure, and skills. Thanks for listening.
Why is education important to me? I think it's important to all of us. I often hear students say things like, when am I ever going to use this again? And when am I going to use this in my life? And to be honest, probably several of these things you may not use. But school is more than about just memorizing facts. It's about exercising the brain. The brain is a muscle that needs to be worked out on a regular basis. The techniques and things that teachers do are designed to help to get those synapses moving. It helps you to start to begin to think critically and help us to learn how to think critically. It's about using, especially math, to me, talk about a critical thinking skill, allows you to think through a process, a science and scientific process, come to problem solving, come to some solutions. And obviously language arts is communication, and social studies in general is a learning from what we do from our past, and also applying critical thinking into the social aspect of life. And then of course we have all of our electives that do wonderful things for our brain. Music has a lot of science and what it does for our brain, and same with the other arts, and the physical movement in PE and other areas allow us to again, gets us oxygen to the brain, get the brain stronger, and plus helps us to develop habits and learn ideas about nutrition and health and wellness that we need to carry on for the rest of our life. So all aspects of education to me is critical for our growth as an individual and as a society. So hope this helps. Thank you.
Hi guys, Mrs. Porter here. So, the importance of education. Well, let me tell you a quick story. Surprise. I graduated high school and thought I was going to get to go to college, and my plans fell through. And so I was married very young, and so I started working. The first bit of education, extra education I got was a secretarial school, and that did help me. I was able to get a secretary's job, which was paying a lot more than minimum wage at the time. Realistically, guys, it doesn't matter if it's a bartending school, a secretarial school, apprenticeship with the electricians or the carpenters unions, 4-year college, graduate degree. Every one of these bits of education helped you learn a new skill. And with knowing these new skills, it helps you, it opens up opportunities for you to be a better person in some cases, but definitely get better employment in many, many cases. And better employment means often more money or better hours, and that makes for a happier person and an easier life for you and your family. That's why education is important.
Well, I think education is important to help prepare you for your future because as you grow up, you're going to become an adult and you're going to have to be able to support yourself, be able to pay bills, be able to get a job and maintain a job, and education helps teach you the skills that you need to be able to do that and to be able to be organized and live a good life.
Hi there. Recently, one of our students asked me to give my idea of what education is. And I think a lot of times people think of education as happening in the school. And I agree with that. A good education can be in the school. But I also think that it occurs at your family level in terms of what kinds of things can they teach you about, and also with your friends. Sometimes that's good information that you can get from them. When it comes down to it, I think education is about having curiosity and discovery. And as a lot of you know, discovery is one of our core values here at Bachelor. And so education is based on you being curious and wanting to discover and really to learn new things. So hopefully you have a better idea of what I think education is.